Hey guys, Jonathan here, and today we're taking a look at the LEGO Marvel Avengers Endgame Final Battle. This comes out in May 2025 with 621 pieces, a plethora of minifigs, most of which have already come in other sets, and the retail price of $100, which is just crazy for 621 pieces. I do not think that this set is worth it at full price at all. Maybe on sale if you're interested or you don't have a lot of these figures yet, but overall there's just not a lot of good here. But let's go ahead and get into the set and start breaking down what is here so we can be objective about it and see what's up. So this is one of those sets that I think it makes more sense to look at the set before the minifigs just so we see it in full context. The main play feature, well, there really isn't one. This is a display set for sure, but I was going to say the main play feature is all these portals in the back. It is interesting how they're built into different sizes and scales, but I don't know. Does this look like $100 worth of Lego to you? It certainly doesn't to me. Over on the left side here, you can see we've got the Avengers A, although to be honest, it looks a lot more like the Fantastic Four logo if you ask me. The entire thing can be lifted out and moved around, and the entire thing is modular in that sense that you can, move the portals around and, woo, now we're having fun, right? But it is nice that the Avengers logo is on this little ball joint, so you could just display that on its own if you think it's worthy of displaying. Then, of course, we've got the Giant Man mech build, which we'll look at on its own. But as far as play features go, there really isn't much going on here. We can detach this back part, and this could be freestanding on its own, except for the weight, really. But you can see that there are parts that, clip in different places. Like, you could move this over here. Ooh, right? Yeah, I'm just trying to make anything about this set redeemable. But we've got this little tab here you could push that makes the wall fall apart a little, something like that. Then we also have another one of those over here. Same general play feature. Also, if you look, I had to use a different color hinge here because I'll put some photos up, but I got a piece that was completely mismolded. The side is backwards. It's probably worth some crazy money. But anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at the Ant-Man, Giant Man mech build and the minifigs. So it's no secret that I'm not a fan of the mech builds at all, but we have to take a look and consider that most Marvel mechs are between $12 and $15. So $12 to $15 of this entire set are on the camera right now. Think about how crazy that is. We've got stickers on the gauntlets here, which, I guess as far as mechs go, look decent. And we have a sticker on the torso here. The mech, of course, can be moved at the hips and the ankles like always, but it does have the fixed elbow and knee joints, also just like always. And then we can move the shoulders, and the hands have, movable fingers and all that. Then we can open up the front here and get the Ant-Man minifigure out. Now, what's so crazy about this Ant-Man minifigure is it's our first one since 2018 of him in his actual Ant-Man suit. Of course, the lack of leg printing is a downgrade, but the last time we had an Ant-Man at minifig scale at all was in 2019 for Endgame when he was in his Quantum Realm white team suit. So it's definitely good to get a hero version of Ant-Man again in sets. He's got a brand new helmet print there. It does look really great, and of course Ant-Man is my favorite Sacred Timeline Avenger, so I'm really glad to have him in a set again. I just wish it wasn't this set overall. That's what makes it so difficult. But let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of our minifigs up next. So the entire front part of the set can be removed and slid out. So we'll take a look at it on its own, just because, if you wanted, you could display this part of the battle on your desk or on a shelf if you don't have room for everything, but it does look like they left a slot here where you could add Thor if you have Thor in your collection. And then, of course, on the flip side, we get Thanos, Iron Man, and Captain America. The Captain America minifigure, unfortunately, is not accurate. It reuses that same Age of Ultron torso, but we do get the half-broken shield piece here, which is printed. Physics makes this make no sense at all. The entire shield is there physically, but it's only printed to look broken, and I don't really like the look of it in person. Beyond that, the Captain America is exactly the same as all our other Cap sets recently. He does have Mjolnir, which is nice, but yeah, that broken shield piece is rough. I'm going to get another one and actually use a pair of wire cutters to break it along there, but yeah, I'll have to do that here soon. Anyways, the next figure is Thanos, and it's the same big fig we've been getting for quite some time. He does have his butter knife of doom, which is built, as you can see here, with that Monkey Kid style lightsaber hilt, if you will. and it's a pretty straightforward build, but the Thanos has the same posability as the other Endgame sets he's come in. The head can turn, and the head actually can be removed if this is your first time seeing it, but beyond that, it's about what we expect from Thanos, and Iron Man actually is pretty sweet here, getting some new printing all around, which is definitely cool. Of course, we can lift that helmet up to see Tony's head underneath. He's got the HUD on the reverse side, and all of that printing on there is really nice, as are those translucent pieces for his nanotech sword and his little shield there. And then, of course, we just put him flying into battle, a little something like that, making for a very nice display overall. So first up, we'll look at Falcon, who is basically exactly the same as he appears in Avengers Tower. It's the same stickers. Of course, Red Wing can be removed from his back and placed easily like that once again. The only difference is on these wings, this is a plate, like a little flat piece, and on the Avengers Tower version, it's a stud exposed. So, ooh, but the wings are posable all around. He's got stud shooter blasters up front, and beyond that, it is the Avengers Tower version of Falcon. Scarlet Witch is just like we've been getting in the Civil War battle set. Of course, this one not coming with the cloth cape piece around her waist that she came with in the Endgame battle set from just a couple years ago. The head is reversible, as you'd imagine, and she's got her pink little flames for magic, but nothing new to discuss here beyond that. Here we've got a Chitauri, just like you'd expect. Same printing as always, nothing new here. He's got the little gold fist gun thing with that little cone at the end, but I guess it's nice to get a Chitauri to, like, fill out the battle scene, but I would have rather this have been another Avenger. Honestly, even if it was a repeat, I feel like it's better value. But for the play and the story of the set, I do understand why they needed to add at least one more bad guy here. Doctor Strange is the same one we've been getting for ages. He has his Multiverse of Madness torso, which, again, makes absolutely no sense here. But he does have the rubber cloak here, cloak of levitation and all that. Then, of course, he's got the magic spells in his hands for opening the portals. Love the gray on the sides of the hair. And we can flip the entire head around to show his a little bit more angry expression on this side. And yeah, definitely disappointing. Here we have Black Panther, which of course is the same Black Panther we've been getting all of 2025 so far. He's not really based off of anything specific, like he's not Civil War, he's not Endgame, he's just his own version of Black Panther. But we can lift the head off there and put on a Chadwick Boseman head underneath, which for this scene I think is really great since we do see him come out of the portal and we can recreate that scene really nicely. And finally, we get the Iron Spider, who uses dual-molded legs, which is nice, but has no arm printing. We will be getting an Iron Spider with arm printing with the Iron Spider bust a little bit later this year, but we do get a brand new torso and a brand new head. Iron Spider previously only came in the Sanctum Sanctorum from 2018, which was the most expensive set of the Infinity War wave, so I know a lot of people are excited to get this one back in their collections if you missed out on it last time. The arms are built really nice with the clip pieces and all the gold there. Then, of course, I'll lift the head off so that you can see we get a really nice torso print on the back as well that gets covered up by that backpack, but it does look awesome for when the arms are retracted. We do get a Peter Parker head here as well, which, mind you, looks absolutely nothing like Tom Holland. I mean, in no reality does this look like Tom Holland. He looks like he's 35 years old. But regardless, it is great to get another Iron Spider. Absolutely the hallmark of the set for me. I know that the Ant-Man figure is great, and a lot of people are excited to add him to the collection, but there's no doubt that this Iron Spider is the standout. So with that being said, let's round out the video and call it a day. Alright guys, be sure to hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks so much for checking out this video. I'll be doing comparisons, upgrades on this throughout the weekend, so stay tuned for those, and I'll see you guys on the next video.